introduce Spumwack!
Hey, what's going on, ladies?
Hey!
So nice to be here.
Thanks for coming on.
With my fist in the air.
It's a pleasure to have you. Oh, you still got your cheese.
I still got this cheese.
You could eat it later.
Yeah, you can. Permanent or
you can hold on to it as long as you like.
Okay, because I did lick it. I don't know if maybe you want it back at some point.
Maybe just that part you licked. I might have to take that part.
Okay, you got to promise not to blow me. My genetic code is actually in pretty high demand at the moment.
Yeah, I can understand looking at that fine physique you've got.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It took many months to sculpt these fine abs that you see right here.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for people who are not familiar with you.
Okay, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? For those of you that are not familiar with me, my name is Spumwack. In real life, people call me Sean. I have a current YouTube channel under the same name, Spumwack, where I'm a member of the Hermitcraft Server, and I got my start on the YouTubes from my original channel, the Minecraft Muse. That was all vanilla, and then I was like, you know what? I kind of like making videos, but I don't want to deviate from my vanilla thing, so I started this, and now I basically play video games. You know, I got some emphasis on Minecraft, pretty heavy emphasis on the Minecraft, as you can tell by the whole Hermitcraft thing. But yeah, I think that's about it.
That's good.
Is that all you need?
Yeah, sure. If that's all you got. You got more?
I could talk for like hours.
All right. Well, let me just start asking questions then.
Okay.
Because I think it leads into it anyway. So tell us, how did you start making videos? Like, what compelled you to start doing that? And in the style that you do them in.
Oh man, that is sort of a fun story. So I remember distinctly, like it was yesterday. I think it was like 3 years ago. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. I was looking up a tutorial on how to build a mob farm, like, you know, Minecraft mob farm, and you type that up, and the first results that come up is like some 19-minute video, some 28-minute video, and you look at them, and it's always these people that are going like, okay, so first you want to like get your cobblestone.
I see you watched one of my tutorials.
Yes, I was very impressed with it. But so like that came to mind, right? Like I looked that stuff up and I was like, oh my god, I kept having to skip through every video I looked for. I was like, there has to be some videos out there, some tutorial videos where people just do like they do Minecraft justice. Like have like a person in the world, and then just like cut to the important parts and turn down some of these 30-minute tutorials into like 2 or 3 minute tutorials. So that's what I did, and I had no idea what I was doing at first. I'd never made a video before at all. I downloaded some free programs and whatnot, and so I made a basic video. Actually, it's still around on how to build a basic wheat farm. That was like one of my first videos. And it was like super simple stuff, but it was even probably longer than it should have been. But, you know, I was just starting. And anyways, I had a few tutorials with a few little tricks I had in my survival world. And out of nowhere, someone posted them on Reddit. So I was just sort of making the idea that if they ever show up, it'll be nice. And I probably had about 30 or 40 views on each video, like not a lot at all. And I went to bed one night. And I woke up and suddenly my YouTube channel had 500 subscribers overnight. And I was like, what?
Holy crap.
How did that happen? So I did some research and I found the video that had the most views, and someone posted it to Reddit. And apparently it was something that no one had done before. And it was basically using an upside down stair slab from the back to put a chest in a wall. And that was like revolutionary back in the day, apparently.
Oh, I remember seeing that. And I was like, whoa, what is this? Whoa. Those are my Nick's cards. You can have some.
You shot your cards all over my face. So yeah, what happened was basically that was the weirdest thing. I didn't think that was that big of a deal. I was like, I'm going to do this. It's like my 4th or 5th video. It's like just something I've learned. It doesn't even serve a purpose. It's not even that special. And then that happened to be what was happened. And then all the people's comment, they're like, I really like your style. I like how you cut to the chase and everything. Long story short, I did tutorials for a very, very long time. And finally, I was like, you know, I've really played a survival version of Minecraft for a long time. And I've loved the storytelling elements that you like, the control you have, the music fits, the atmosphere fits. So that's when I made my trilogy, my series thing, which was all about getting the mood and the feel of Minecraft down. And after I finished that, I was like, that was basically the end of the Minecraft Muse channel, my first channel, because I was like, I've done basically everything vanilla that I want to do. I've told the story that I want to tell, but I still really love making videos. So even though I don't like build stuff anymore, I like building videos. I like being part of this community and everything. So I decided to start a new name, my name that I have actually used before Minecraft Muse, before Minecraft came out, and that's where Spumwack came around.
Oh. So, that actually answers my last question, but it doesn't answer the second part of my next question.
Okay, second part, question 2. I'm ready. Let me
so
butt down.
If your previous name was Spumwack, why are you now Spumwackless? That's like the antithesis of Spumwack. You are less of a Spumwack, a less.
That would be a second S actually. I'm Spumwackles.
Spumwackles.
Spumwackles. Fun story behind that. So before I even had the Minecraft Muse as an account, actually the Minecraft Muse has never been an account name. When I went to Minecon, I put that on my name card. So whoever hijacked my name and took the name the Minecraft Muse has a cape, and they didn't even go to Minecon.
Very nice.
But yeah, so the very first account back when Minecraft was in not even alpha. It was like when it was still in the web browser, it was all creative mode way back in the day before there was even survival. I signed up under Spumwack, and then when I bought the game, I couldn't make an account called Spumwack because there was already an account called Spumwack. And this was like when everything was brand new, so there was no system for like upgrading an account. So that's basically I was like, Spumwackles, why not?
Interesting. You know, I find that really. Have you ever run into any other games where the name Spumwack was taken?
Not a single one. I love it. It's complete gibberish, but it sounds dirty and a little bit demeaning, so no one in the world has ever used it. So every time something comes out, I get my name.
Very cool. Very cool. So, let's see. Next question I'd like to ask is what's his name? The guy you do facepalm with. What's his name again? Beadnox. Is he actually your brother?
He is not my brother. He may as well be. We've been friends 15-something years.
Where did you meet him from?
High school.
I see.
Way back in the day in high school. That's sort of like a friend of a friend situation.
And
then it's just one of those things. Actually, we weren't even friends for like the first 3 years we knew each other, but that's the way it goes in high school. And then you got friends that hang out, and suddenly you're like best friends, and you don't even know what happened. And now he's like he's a better person than me. Yeah. Like I swear to God, I'm not just.
I don't know.
Saying.
Seemed pretty cool to me.
It's not about coolness.
You seem pretty nice to me.
That's the thing. He's so nice. He's such a good person. Like if I was gay, I'd be super gay all over him. Like,
for him. Yes.
All day, every day. But I digress.
So, what other games do you play besides Minecraft? That you may not record, even, just for fun.
Games that I play for fun at the moment, it changes so often, and I piss people off because I like to try and record something, and then they're like, "We want more of this," and I'm like, I don't really feel like recording it, I don't feel like playing it. But Team Fortress, I've probably got about 1,000 hours in Team Fortress, and I've only made a handful of videos for that. I honestly have no idea what audiences want from Team Fortress videos. So. Yeah, that's the thing. And I was free to play for like 2 years. I was like a champion for free to play because people would always log on and assume that I was awesome because I do tend to score quite well when I play. Usually in the top 1 or 2. Oh, wow. It seems like the audience really likes the Team Fortress. Woo! So I had thrown away so many Team Fortress items over 2 years, and finally I was like, all right, fine. Like before I was doing it in principle. I was free to play in principle because I hate when people make judgments on that sort of thing. So I wanted to be free to play, and I just wanted to kick everyone's ass all the time. Like I wanted to destroy them and be like, oh, by the way, I'm free to play. Like I have 18 inventory items or whatever the number is. But finally I was like, I really want a sticky jumper. So I dropped like the 63 cents or whatever it is to buy the bare minimum, and now I have all the hats I can open.
Nice.
But I actually haven't spent any more money. I'm not a big pay for unnecessary stuff sort of guy at all.
Have you ever bought something that was unnecessary and you look back at it now and go, why did I buy that? Like maybe not in Team Fortress, just in life.
in life in general, I am a super penny pincher. You have no idea. I'd like never ever ever spend money. The one exception is on like going out, like having a good time or whatever. But I don't even consider that wasted money, because money you enjoy wasting is not money wasted, in my opinion.
Very true. Deep words.
So, going out to restaurants or going out hanging out with friends and drinking and stuff, even if it's expensive, I'm like, I enjoy this. I'm not gonna regret it. So other than that, like I don't have stuff. Like I literally don't have stuff. I don't even have video games really. Like I have a console with 4 games. I think I have Minecraft. I bought it once, and I have Resident Evil 5, which is awesome.
Very cool.
And that's like 5 years old or some crazy old thing.
I wish I could learn from you about penny pinching. I have a huge library of like 200 games. I played maybe 10. No. Oh, God.
See, I envy that. I actually envy that, because sometimes I want to like play video games, and I sit down and I'm like, I don't own anything. I guess I'll just play one of the games that I own. But that's sort of good for me as a YouTuber, because I do tend to be a little scatterbrained already. So it keeps me going back to Minecraft and consistently playing it.
So, next question. How do you keep your schedule?
What schedule?
You know, I don't know. Like, do you set up a schedule for yourself, or like, oh man, I need to record this and that?
No. No. How do you do it?
I don't either. Here, have another index card. Yeah, it's just, I just record when I feel like it.
That's basically it. I mean, sometimes I record because I'm like, oh, I should do a video today, but I've been basically in a state of last-minute panic for the last 2 years. I'm always just like, oh, I gotta record, like, immediately. So I usually do everything at the last second. Sometimes when I'm working on, like I don't know if you saw my last music video, I've Got Diamonds, the one I was working on for, like, forever. That one I actually did set a schedule because I was burnt out after, like, 3 months, but I really wanted to get it done, and I spent a lot of time on it, and I was like proud of it, but you just, you spend so much time on a project, and you're just like, I want it to be done, and I'm tired of working on it because I just want it to be done. And at that point, I basically had to set it to be like homework for myself. I had to just like do an hour every single day, no matter what, and that's basically the closest thing I've ever come to a schedule.
I see. How long exactly did it take you to make that video from start to finish, or from conception to uploading it?
As in, like, real life time or hours worked on it?
Probably real life time.
I think I had the idea for it in January, and then I started doing the animation for it, and shortly after, like a week later in February or something, and then it came out last month. So it took basically 8 months.
I see. And did you hit up those people that you did the collaboration with yourself, or did they contact you?
Fun story. I also want to give a shout out to Kevin Decock, the guy who did the music, not the vocals, but the music. He worked really hard on it, and so he deserves some love for that. And people should check out his channel. I always say that, but like he has like a lot of music recording stuff on his channel. So I don't blame people if they go there and don't subscribe, because it's not like Minecraft content really. Yeah. But he is just like really talented at what he does, and he's getting a mixing business and everything. And he I was working very closely with him. He probably put like over 100 hours into it, like a couple weeks worth of work into the song itself. And he actually contacted me about a year ago on my previous channel. He did the main theme for Facing the End, which was one of my series, and he also did an amazing job on that. So I've always thought he was talented. He's a super nice guy. And actually, I just did a Starbound video with him. I just did a video game video with him for the first time, and he's super, super cool, super fun to hang out with. I'm loving your hat. I keep staring at it.
It's a little Santa hat. Normally I wear a crown, but it's festive season.
Yeah, and you got the cape on, so you went to Minecon this year.
Yeah, I did. Nice. Were you there?
I was not there, unfortunately. I could not quite make the trip out this time. But yeah. So I think that about talked about Kevin. And then Robert, the gentleman who did the vocals. That is actually my girlfriend's friend from high school. And I contacted him, and I was like, hey, man, I need someone to be a singer. And he was like, all right, cool. I was like, well, I meant to be like I want to hear how you sound first. So I guess we can just do it. I hope it works out.
So has he never done a song before?
He's done a lot of his own music. He's never done anything Minecraft related. And so I sent him a message no, what happened? No, I texted him. And he was like, oh, I'm kind of busy right now. I was like, me too. I'm watching Batman. I just want to know if you want to sing for me. Mm-hmm. And he's like, maybe. But then he sent me the vocals over, and I was like, oh, thank God, it sounds good. Like I didn't listen to him really ahead of time. Like I was just my girlfriend was like, he sings, and I was like, okay. So I got that, and then he sang, and it sounded beautiful. It sounded amazing. So I got really lucky there. I was almost forced to be. I can see why a lot of people call Martha Stewart kind of, can we swear? Can we swear on the show? Or
yeah, you fucking can.
Okay, that's fucking awesome. I can see why people call Martha Stewart a bitch, because like what would have happened if he had sent me something and it sounded like crap, and he like sat down, he took the time to record it and make it sound good, and I would have just been like, no, sounds like crap, I'm not going to use it. Like that would have made me a dick. But you got to have like some standards. So basically the standards are like, be a dick and have standards, or help everyone out and suck. So I'm not really ashamed of being called a dick, although I try to avoid it whenever possible.
Try to avoid being called a dick, or trying to avoid being a dick?
Try to avoid being a dick. Calling a dick, I don't really care. I sort of enjoy criticism. As long as it's founded in reality, I don't mind it.
Very cool. So next question. What was your off-screen reaction when you made all those golden pants? If you had an off-screen reaction other than,
let me give you like a 10-second copy of my off-screen reaction. It started like this. And like that for like 6 more seconds. You couldn't see my face. I just like stopped. I like put my hand on my forehead and I stared, and like it reached this breaking point where I was like, I'm recording right now. I should say something. And then I was also just like, but on the other hand, fuck the universe and everything it stands for right now. Because it's so frustrating. So frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But that ended up not even being the biggest disaster that I had to deal with. The one thing that was more frustrating, I think I overlaid a picture in that one. I overlaid a picture in that one that was roughly my face with a scratching thing. Anyways, I'm getting off track. So, fun story. Talk about facing the end was actually probably the biggest disaster that ever struck me while doing YouTube. Was this? Do you recall this?
Yeah.
I heard a giggle in there somewhere. Yeah. How do I even start? So I was going to Europe for a month, and obviously I didn't want to be recording in Europe. I maybe could have, probably not. Actually, the internet sucked over there. It was always like weird German Wi-Fi whatevers that had super slow internet connections. So I was like, all right, I want to get this entire series recorded and edited a month ahead of time, which is the most like thoughtful ahead of anything I've ever been in my life. So I got everything recorded. I got everything edited for it, except for the very last, what I thought was going to be the very last moment, like jumping into the end and killing the dragon. That was going to be it. And so I got all that done. Like, I was working on it the weeks leading up to that moment. And then the night before I was going to go to Europe, I was actually at my brother's house, because his house was where the airport was going to be, or where the airport was nearby, and stuff like that. Actually, the lease ran out on my actual apartment, so I was like, I'm not going to get a lease for
man,
I'm not going to pay for a month that I'm not going to live there. So I just moved all my crap into storage and just lived at my brother's house for a few weeks. So that happened, and I was like, I'm just going to record the very last episode in like his house. So I started recording, and he had these Mexican neighbors that just loved fiestas all the time. Like I love fiestas myself. I mean, they're a blast. I think I've never been to one, but if I have been to one, they seem like they would be a blast. And so I tried recording in the living room, and it was like it couldn't be done. Like in the background, you just heard like, and I was like, that song is fun and all, but it doesn't really theme of facing the end.
Yeah.
So I gotta find some way to deal with this. So I took my laptop and I took my microphone and everything, and I had to go up inside my brother's closet because it was the most secluded place in the house. And I had everything set up on the floor there, and it was so hot that I stripped down to my underwear inside the closet. And I started recording. I was like, all right, it's going to take like 30 minutes. I'll throw it together. It'll be the last episode of Facing the End. It'll be great.
Yeah.
And then in my underwear, sweating, sitting down in the closet is when I jumped in the end portal and I lagged and the dragon knocked me off.
Amazing.
And my immediate thought was like, all right, how can I cheat my way into making it look like this never happened in editing? After thinking that, I was like, no, I had experience, I had items with durability, and it's super frustrating, and this sucks. But I lost everything. Like, I lost all my diamond, I lost like everything that I had up to that point. And it was super frustrating in real life too, because like I had to finish recording this before I went to Europe, but I was sweating in my underwear in a closet. And I was like, oh my god, I need to keep playing this in this. And it was already like 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
So, and I left for Europe in the next morning. So I recorded for like 7 hours. That's how long it took me to like kill the dragon again. Like go through and get a bunch of iron armor and everything and go back and kill him. And then after I had all the footage, I had to go back and edit all of this stuff. And once it was edited, it had to be all rendered in a row and then set to upload over a long period of time. So I stayed up all night long recording that, like sweating in my little closet in my underwear. So that's like always what I think of when I go back and look at those episodes. The first 10, like everything's chill and relaxed and fun. And then the frustrating part of the last 7 or 8 episodes or whatever it was is like painful because I was so incredibly frustrated. And I basically had tears in my eyes during that entire time.
Man.
It wasn't just because the dragon, it was just because it was so unpleasant. So I stayed up all night the day before I went to Europe and just like slept on the plane the entire time. But it ended up pretty well. I'm pretty proud of the way the series turned out, so it was worth it.
That's awesome. How did you feel when that moment you finished and you knew you were done?
Well, it depends. The moment I finished recording, like I killed the dragon and I made my little speech, I did my little spiel, and I was like, all right, done. Stop recording, close, open up Vegas, start editing, go. So I started like editing immediately from episode 10, and I did that for like 8 hours, and then once that was done, I was like, all right, set everything to render, tell my brother that he has to upload these things, I've got all the descriptions written out or whatever, I'm going to email them to him, and then I have to leave for the airport in like 20 minutes. So I just jumped in a shower when I was all last minute panic and rushing after that point. But yeah, that to me, that to me is the bigger disaster. The Golden Dance thing is like, man, this sucks, but the getting knocked off the ledge was like, this actually sucks in real life. So yeah, that's about it. Next question. You want your key cards back?
I need my key cards.
Okay, there you go. I'm gonna hold on to this one. I feel like this one's important.
All right, let me just grab these. There we go. All right, let me let's see. Not this one. Okay. So tell us about growing up. Did you play any sports? Did you do anything like? What were your hobbies as a kid?
Basically just playing video games. Basically just playing video games. I mean, I did some other equally nerdy stuff, Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot. Oh yeah, indeed. But I don't know that we ever played it right. Apparently, people like keep their characters across campaigns and stuff. We never did that. We just started new campaigns like every week. Messed around. But it was funny. All I would want to do when I got home was play video games, and so obviously my parents were like, "Oh, you should probably like be productive or something."
Look at me now.
Yeah, they were like, you're never gonna make like both me and my brother love playing video games. You're like, you're never gonna make a living playing video games. You need to like be productive and do something with your life. So I was like, yeah, well, I'm 27 now, playing video games for a living. My brother actually works for a video game producer company. So he does video games for a living also, and it's just like it was a huge part of our lives. But I am glad they forced me to not play video games every once in a while, because it did get me to socialize a little bit. And I mean, I also just went to college and I got my degree, and I was like, no, basically still just love playing video games. Can't really do much about that.
What did you get your degree in?
Communication. I'm an expert at communicating, apparently.
Very good talker, I can tell.
A bachelor, some might say.
Do you have a bachelor pad?
I have a mouse pad.
Ah.
And I'm a bachelor. I don't know if that counts. I actually do have a bachelor pad. Speaking of which, this bachelor pad of mine that I'm recording in, one of my roommates just did pass some crazy hard test today. Something about salesman and bureau of something very adult and mature that I wasn't paying too close attention to. So he's actually having a party, and we got 4 other guys that live in this house. So there may start being loud music and people in the background of the recording.
It's gonna be like some mariachi music.
I can see. We can see if we can put some on.
That'd be amazing.
I could throw some on my stuff, but I don't think I have my computer. What's back here?
Just a hole. No,
there's just a hole. Okay. It seems like there should be more back behind the couch, but all right. Never mind.
Could you hand me that other index card? That's got the questions from some of our guests. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I shouldn't be holding the in front of everyone. We can cut that out and edit it, right?
Yeah, that's live. Not in there. All right. So, one of our questions from our dear cameraman in the middle there, Heroic Forby.
What's up, Heroic Forby?
He'd like to know, what kind of razor do you use?
As in the thing I shave my body with?
Yes. Oh, you manscape.
I mean the thing I shave my face with. I kid, of course I manscape. Who doesn't nowadays? No one should be rocking that stuff at all. It's common courtesy.
You animals.
Seriously. I have no idea. I think I bought I was just I'll try and keep this relatively PG. I was in the shower with my girlfriend and we were talking about razors, and she's like, I don't know how you use that same razor. It's like 6 months old and it cost me $1 and it's super blunt. And I don't know, I've just never used shaving cream, and I just cut myself better. I cut myself more on sharp stuff. So when it's sort of bluntish, it's just like easier. It really doesn't cut my hair so much as it grabs it by the root and tears it out, which is what I want now because I have to shave less often.
Yeah.
And it just works for me. And after like 2 or 3 years, you get used to the pain, the after shaving burn. I don't know why people use shaving cream personally. It doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, that's my razor story. It's a little cheap $2 blunt.
And we've got another question about your inspiration. Is there anyone on YouTube or just anyone in life in general that you look up to?
Can I answer that with 2 answers?
Sure, but just try to cut the time in half. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm not the biggest fan of the Yogscast. I apologize if anyone here likes them. I think they started out really good. I enjoyed the first survival island thing they did. But after that, I noticed their video quality just start to go down and down and down, and it just seemed like they were just pumping out videos really fast for views rather than...
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah. So rather than focusing on them being good. So that was one of my inspirations to be like, I don't want to do that. I want to make videos that are good. I try to spend a really long time in editing and make sure audio sounds good. I was actually just recording with Chris, with Spumwack or Beadnox. I was about to record with him last night, but he was at his brother's house, and the refrigerator in his brother's house was too loud. So I was like, let's just not record. It's going to sound like crap, and I don't feel like having that in the background of the audio. And then I spent a ton of time in Audacity, trying to make noise removal better anyways. But then also one of my other inspirations was Keralis. He also just had a bunch of really cool, straight to the point vanilla tutorials. So I watched a lot of his stuff when I was first starting out. And that was sort of my inspiration to be like, all right, there's other people out there doing this. So I sort of, I want to say copied. I took all of his stuff, or I'm sorry, not Keralis. Oh my God, I'm a jerk. I mean, Keralis is awesome also. Keralis is awesome also. I'm talking about Kirshar. I haven't seen him around in a while. He's still a member of Hermitcraft, but I guess he's burnt out on Minecraft again. But that was actually really cool when I joined Hermitcraft, and I was like, oh my God, Kirshar's here. He was one of the first people that I checked out. He was one of my inspirations, and I really liked his stuff, and he's here now. But I also met him when I went to the first Minecon, so that was fun also.
Cool.
Just a pretty cool guy.
Someone in the chat, General Defier, asked, how did you get started on the Hermitcraft server? I know you answered this in one of your recent episodes, but go ahead and let people know who may not have watched that.
Yes. Sorry, what was the question again?
How did you get started on the Hermitcraft server?
How did I get started on Hermitcraft? Good question. This actually goes back. I didn't even know I had stories. This is weird. I like being up here. So I got a message from Jasassin, actually. He was like, hey, we are going to be doing some recording on the Hermitcraft minigames server stuff. If you want to just come in and have a fun time, play some minigames with us. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that sounds cool. I'm down. I hadn't really done multiplayer stuff before, and that was like the first invite I'd ever gotten. I was like super antisocial on the Minecraft Muse channel just because like, nothing worked with my video style. So I was like, yeah. So I was like, I'll try this multiplayer thing. Seems like a lot of fun. But Jasassin, he'd actually been watching my videos for a while. It was actually him who sent me... He left a comment on like episode 14 of Muse Farms or something like that, like really early in Muse Farms. And he's like, hey, did you know that if you like press this one button in Vegas, it makes your videos like way better? So I did that and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. It like it gets rid of that weird hazy look to everything and it like gives it a much cleaner look. You just like go to edit, switches, disable.
Really?
I had never known that before because like I said, I started making videos when I started making Minecraft videos. I'd never worked with Vegas before. So I did that and they started looking amazing. And then, you know, lo and behold, a year and a half later, 2 years later, whatever it was, he sent me a message and, you know, he's still watching. And I don't know if he was also a YouTuber when he commented me or if he like had a following then, but he, you know, he's got a following now. So like, that's cool. And he messaged me. And then so I played games with them, and a few days later, they're like, you know, you're a cool guy. If you want to jump on Hermitcraft, that'd be really cool. I was like, all right, I'm down. So I joined into Hermitcraft, and then I was actually just in a meeting today, and I realized that whole thing was planned ahead of time. I was talking to Sasuma and King Daddy and some other people, and they're basically saying like, yeah, like that's sort of the format is you do a video with someone that's like, don't invite them to the server, just like play them in a PvP or fight them or on a PvP server or build with them or do something. And then if it's fun and they're cool, then, you know, invite them to the server. And I was like, hey, that sounds familiar. I think they did that with me. But apparently I passed the test. So that's
awesome.
Jeez.
Oh, is that the end of the story?
I think that's the end of the story.
All right.
Should I go on? I feel like I can ramble if you want me to ramble.
No, we're good. We got another question from the chat again. This is from Seth Spartan. He wants to know, or she wants to know. I'm not sure.
Yes, I mean Seth sounds like
indeed.
Name, but I'm not.
But
sure.
What is your favorite series that you've made, and why is it your favorite?
Quest for the Golden Apple, undoubtedly. That is my favorite. It's my gem, and it was my first. And it was probably, it was probably the most challenging because I was still kind of bad at video editing back then. So I spent a lot of time doing stuff. And even though it's got some moments in it, I really like Fargo Craft. That guy is just so happy about things. Hey, Fargo.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Quest for the Golden Apple, because as I go back and look on it, it basically had everything that I wanted of vanilla series to have. It's like it encompassed the entire Minecraft adventure feel, like going out into the world, doing something, like accomplishing a goal that you set out to do. And I edited the crap out of it. I gave it so much love. Like each episode, I would spend hours looking through audio libraries to find the perfect songs for each moment. I did little things that people probably never even noticed, like when I'm walking through caves, I inserted like a wind sound, like the sound of wind going through a cave in real life, and then I would pan the volume left and right based on where my character was walking in the cave.
That sounds like a lot of dedication.
Yeah, I really bust my ass on that series. And like the music fits, and even though like I made a few editing mistakes, like I can tell some volume screw ups here and there. All in all, like I look back on it, and it was basically like it had the perfect montages, in my opinion. Like everything was well done. The timing, the pace of it was just right. It had disaster. It had good moments, like moments where awesome things happen. Like there was a moment where I fell off a ravine and I switched to a water bucket and threw it on the ground at the last second before I died of falling damage. And
very cool.
Like,
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, and like I know that that's a thing you can possibly do, but my chances of doing it were like 1 in 50, and I just happened to succeed that one time. And I was so happy because I didn't die, but I was even happier because I was like, oh my god, I got this like on camera in the middle of a series. That's amazing. So yeah, that was easily my favorite, and like it wrapped up nicely. It accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. And yeah, I think that was it. That was definitely my favorite series. My second favorite, probably, I don't even know if I have a second favorite. It's like choosing children, you've got the one obvious favorite, but then it's all mingled together.
Yeah. So we've got let's see if there's any other questions here. I've got one written down earlier. Conniva would like to know, what is your favorite pasta?
My favorite pasta, probably copy pasta.
Yeah, but it starts tasting the same after a while.
That's what they say. What they say. There's probably some other puns. I can't think of any other puns. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's just go on.
No one will notice. Move on to the next question.
Do you plan on making a new series with Beatnox? That's
don't.
From Felic 2000.
What's up, Felic 2000? Thank you for joining us in the stream. And thank you for joining us on the show. I appreciate the support. I love playing games with Beatnox. What do you mean new series? I think anything I ever do with Beatnox is going to be called facepalm, because I tend to get in things before I know about them, and he's not as good at video games as me. And oh my god, we were just okay. So some people that watch me know that we're in the middle of an adventure map right now, and it's the father adventure map, and there's a part where you need to parkour, and it's like he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. We spent like probably an hour. And like it took me like maybe 5 minutes to get from the beginning to the end, and I just like sat there watching him do the beginning over and over and over again. And finally, I was like, "Just teleport! Like we have to move on. We're recording. We're on a schedule here." So that's just like an example of why things are going to be called facepalm in what we do together.
Yeah.
He just bought Starbound today. We're probably going to be playing that. And
awesome. So are you going to do 3-player Starbound?
I don't know. Haven't discovered that quite yet. I don't even know. I recorded a lot with Kevin, but when I'm going back and looking at the footage, it's like 2 hours of us trying to find a tree. It's like it's really not that interesting. So unfortunately, I'm probably just gonna have to ditch the rest of that and see what happens from there. I might keep. See, now you're asking me tough questions. I don't know if I want Starbound to be like a thing that I go in and out of. Here's my world and my character, or I don't know if I'll be like, let's keep it consistent. Like, here's other people that are in the world dealing with the same problems as me. I just have no idea right now. But I would like to play a lot of Starbound. It seems really intriguing and really in-depth and really cool. It's got a lot of the things that it doesn't have a lot of the things that Terraria pissed me off with, and it has a lot of the things that Terraria didn't have. Like a storyline and infinite exploration, stuff like that. Procedural.
Yes. I love it. I've tried it so far too myself.
Excellent. Sometime as soon as the servers stop becoming terrible, because they're all terrible right now.
Laggy as hell. Master Arrow 4 asks, are you planning to do more live streams? And they also comment that they love them.
Oh, what's up, Master Arrow? That sounds familiar. He's probably Master Arrow Gaming on the YouTubes, if I had to guess. One of my viewers of a long time. So thank you, Master Arrow, for being a long time viewer. What was the question? Live streams. Live streams was the question. I have plans to do more. I don't know if I want to do more Minecraft live streams. I might do more Hermitcraft live streams. I'm not going to live stream anything facepalm because I like to edit the crap out of facepalm so it looks nice, good, and refined. But Hermitcraft is a little more live, and if anyone watches Hearthstone video stuff, I'm probably I have it written on my to-do list to do more Hearthstone videos, but I just haven't done it because my to-do list is like 30 items long now.
Hey, when that happens.
As do I.
So let me see. I believe we're going to have people asking you live questions now. Are you prepared?
Okay, I'm prepared for live questions. I thought I noticed a few live. I've got the stream open over here.
I mean, they're going to be in the call with us. They can talk to you. You'll hear their voice.
Oh, excellent. I like voices.
Indeed.
I like turtles.
So, let's see. Keep on. Could you, Mr. Santaman, could you invite a member of the chat or in our audience today to the call to ask Mr. Spumwack some questions? Feather. Action feather.
I can do this all day long. Well, I don't even know why I have these feathers. How did I get 33?
I don't know.
I can just keep going. Keep going with this. Keep on.
Keep on.
Santa Claus. He's not answering?
He's not answering. Who's not answering?
I thought Keybon should be the one who would be not... What?
Hello?
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
Hello.
there we go. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Come on stage.
Hello.
What's going on?
Oh, sweet. Hi
Oh.
there.
General...
Yes,
okay, this is the one. What's going on, dude?
Nothing much. How about yourself?
Not much. I do like the Invader Zim costume.
Thank you. I chose it myself on the Minecraft forums.
Oh, nice. It takes talent to choose the right one. Here, have a
yeah.
Anyway,
Ooh.
what's up?
Actually, a really quick question. I've been seeing a bunch of videos of other Hermitcrafters and stuff talking about this. I just wanted to ask you, what kind of tips and hints do you have for other kind of not as popular YouTubers?
As far as what? Like, what kind of tips?
As far as like what's like a, I don't know, like a good way to I guess editing, or the best way to make an episode or something that's I don't know, like fluid, like it kind of rolls with everything. Oh, my bad.
What happened? Okay, so you want to know more about like the technical editing aspect things?
Yeah, like that stuff.
Okay. Well phrased. Well, what I do, actually, what I used to do is, and this was especially prevalent when I did Muse Farms, is I would write down everything that I wanted to get around to during an episode, and basically act like I had ADD. And I would just like try to do all the stuff. So I'd have like 6 or 7 things that all needed to be done. I'd have my little to-do list on the side. And that way, if I ever spent too long doing one thing, or if I felt the audience was getting bored with it, I could just switch to doing something else. Or if I got bored with it, I could switch to doing something else. And then if something did take too long, and I don't know how to, it's like preference, I guess. Like you just have to, like when I was watching it, if I wasn't editing, watching it, and I was getting bored, then I was like, all right, the audience probably started getting bored a lot longer ago. And so I would go back and I would like cut out boring parts, or like turn long parts into montages, and just, I guess, try and just keep it interesting. Just, I guess, be really harsh on yourself. Like, stuff isn't as interesting as you think it is. And then you start to get a better feel for it later as you make more videos. But I've noticed a lot of people have their first video and they get into YouTube, just like build a dirt house. But it's like everyone's seen that before. Like you should do something else. Build a water house. I'm sure that's what that's 1,000 times. But like just try to do something different and then like end it at that. Like basically no one likes you. Like no one's gonna go to your channel and they're gonna be like, oh, this guy's awesome. Like they want to like see what you're doing and they want to be entertained, and that's when they'll subscribe. Ooh. And I think that answered. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Thanks, Bum.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions that they'd like to ask Spum while he's here? Raise your hand. I don't know if you could raise your hand in Minecraft, but just punch in the air. Wait for the stream to catch up.
Wait for the stream to catch up. Let's wait for the first puncher. Let's wait for...
Wait. No.
No one's punching. Now I don't feel loved.
Well, let me ask you a question. And this one's a toughie. This one's a toughie.
Okay.
What are your opinions on string theory and its implications about post-Renaissance existentialism?
They're kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually don't understand string theory at all. That's one of those things that I've looked up with that. It's like string theory and Bitcoin mining. I just don't understand, no matter how much I read about them.
Oh man, I wish I bought Bitcoins when they were new. I heard about them when they were 50 cents.
That you would have a lot more than 50 cents right now.
I would have, but I looked at it and I thought, internet money.
Who's gonna use that?
I know.
Yeah, no, I was actually talking about possibly investing. It's got to go back down again, probably. And then once it goes back down again, you can buy some. I actually got a tip. I posted something on Reddit on one of my throwaway accounts, something completely non-related to Minecraft, about my little crappy retail job I used to work. Uh-huh. And someone gave me a tip because I gave like a really good answer. And I was looking back on that. I was like, wait, they gave me a Bitcoin tip. I wonder how much money that's worth nowadays. Because he gave me like 1 Bitcoin. So I go back and look at it, and I was like, he didn't give me 1 Bitcoin. He gave me $1 worth of a Bitcoin, which was like 0.0007.
Very cool.
But yeah. We got questions in chat.
Yeah, we do. Are there any that you see that you'd like to answer?
Well, I didn't plug my mouse into this computer, so it's kind of hard to see what's going on right now.
All right. Let's see. How about I read one off to you?
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see. You see one?
No, just to mention. I also forgot to mention. CoStar also was a YouTuber back in the day who did a vanilla series, and he was also one of the big reasons that I got started. So I wish I could shout out, but he doesn't really do Minecraft videos anymore.
He said he'd get back into it once he upgraded his computer.
Did he? Well, that's cool.
He did like not really a Kickstarter, but he had some sort of thing where he needed the funds to build one that he could record in full 1080 and everything, all kinds of games, not just Minecraft. But he said he wanted to get into videos again.
You know, I took out a credit card to do that. And I don't regret my decision at all.
Me neither. I didn't have much money to give him, but I gave him $5. Enjoy those $5, CoStar.
CoStar will use those $5 to go back to greatness.
Yes.
Other than that, does Spum feel any irony for wearing gold pants? It's like, it's a thing now. Golden pants and golden apples. Doesn't really bother me so much anymore. I will say, if anyone watches my animations, I put golden pants and a golden apple in every single one somewhere.
Ooh, that's a neat thing. Have you told anyone that you do that yet?
Nope, this is the first time. It's only the people present here that know that.
Now everyone needs to go back, watch all those videos, and look for the golden pants.
Mm-hmm. I got them hiding. I got it. Some of them are tough too. Some of them are very easy, but some of them are tough.
So, what is this, John? Oh, I don't know. Let's go ahead and wrap up this interview. I need to ask Keybon for some assistance here because I've got a little something for you. Keybon, can you show me where that thing I told you to build is?
You got a thing?
I actually couldn't build it because, server was fucking up on me for some reason. I don't know why, but, yeah.
Well, damn. Can someone...
Sorry about that.
Can someone get me a bucket of lava, please?
Uh-oh. Where's this going?
No, it's good. It's good. Look, I'm standing next to you. You're safe.
I will be right back.
And no.
Did you put those gold pants on just for me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, that's so sweet of you. Okay.
Oh, my lava.
Wave to the camera.
Yeah, go ahead. Let it interact with the crowd as we're wrapping up. Oh, bucket of water. This is not what I need.
Try to not punch the camera. I feel like that might damage something.
Just waving at this. Wave at the camera.
Our 4K cameras.
What's up, Tim? Have a feather. Canavar Timber. Have a feather. Archagent Noir. Have a feather. Oh.
Everybody. If you want to kill anyone in the audience, go ahead. Be our guest.
I can't. I mean, I could punch, but then that's just going to get me punched in return.
Here you go.
Which, I can't.
I don't know if Daikon told you, but we are on UHC mode. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
I'm familiar. I've been looking at these 2 empty heart bubbles this entire interview. I'm like, OCD!
How did you get down to 2 heart bubbles?
People have been randomly tickling me here and there.
Tickle.
I get a little punch. Get a little punch now and again. And,
man, we gotta hire some bouncers.
Spacion.
Oh, there we go. I got Fargo's nipple chastity plating.
Is that what it's called?
It was supposed to probably be called chastity, but I don't think it's called chastity. It's called chastity.
I have some lava. Where should I?
Oh, here you go. Just give it to me.
Here you go.
All right, thank you.
I have 1 bucket though.
Oh, did it in me? Get in me. There we go. Now, if we just come over here, I don't want to get too close to the stage.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna plop it down. And would you share with me the honor of burning these golden pants?
Oh, that would be quite fun. I do enjoy a good golden pants burning.
I shall join the honors.
Oh, Fargo is.
That was you're supposed to burn your pants, guy, not your whole body.
I suppose if you're wearing pants. Oh, I suppose. We're going in.
All right.
Cheers. Happy Merry Golden Pants.
Woo!
Everyone.
And
elated at this point.
I know, but yeah. I had to ask. It's an honor. Thank you.
It is a privilege to have me on. Oh God, for you to have me on.
Beep, beep, beep,
I'm privileged that you invited me, is what I'm trying to say. And
okay, well, thank you for coming on board.
Thank you.
You've been awesome, and yeah,
no problem.
Our whole audience, they're going crazy now. So, and we lost camera 3.
Oh, goodbye, well, good thing we're done recording.
Okay, gentlemen, I have soup to eat. Where's the way out? How do we get out of here?
Right out here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and escort you out.
Enjoy your soup, sir. And you know what? Maybe we can do it again next time in the future when you've got more stories to talk about.
I do love stories.
Indeed.
Okay. This is the front door. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, guys.
You're awesome.
Thank you so much.